Hello viewers, welcome to today's episode of your favorite NTA cookery program. In our programs today, I'll be teaching you how to make egg roll. Egg roll is one of Nigerian special pastry or special snacks, which we take almost every day of our lives. And some of us would like to know how to make it. So it will please me to teach you how to make Nigerian special snacks, egg roll. Before we continue, I would like to show you all the ingredients we need for this egg roll. First on the list here is the flour, the second is sugar, and the third is the egg itself, powdered milk, the butter, the flavors, baking powder, the salt, butter, and as well the oil for frying. Of course, since we are making egg roll, what is the first thing here? The first thing here is to wash our egg and then boil it so that we get it ready while we do other things. Okay, I'll now mix the dough right now. I'll be making use of 5 cups of flour, and just like I said in my last episode, that it's very important that you sieve your flour, because by so doing you'll be incorporating air that will make your flour to be self-rising. Alright, this is the first dry ingredient on the list. So I'll be adding every other dry ingredients to this. So what we'll be needing now is sugar, which is half cup of sugar. I'll be adding now. Sugar goes in. Powdered milk, which is quarter cup, goes in. 3 teaspoons. And to be safe with the baking powder, I have to sieve it because some of this baking powder used to have lumps. Sieving the baking powder ingredients is the salt, which is half teaspoon, and the last dry ingredient here is the nutmeg. The nutmeg can be replaced with almond powder or cinnamon powder. So if you don't feel like using nutmeg, you can use almond or cinnamon. So while we have added all the dry ingredients together, you mix very well using your balloon whisk. So you mix together using balloon whisk. So to start mixing the dough properly, I have to add this my butter, and let your butter be at the room temperature. So I'll be adding this butter to start the mixing properly. Make sure that the butter is well mixed with the dry ingredients before you add any liquid at all. Mix in the butter into this flour and all your other dry ingredients. It also helps to incorporate air into this mixture. You can see how I'm lifting it. It makes it lighter and more self-rising. So it's good that you properly mix in the butter like this instead of being quick in your work. So after that, the next thing I'll be doing is to make sure that I get my wet ingredients ready, which is the egg, flavors, liquid flavors, and the water. So I'll be cracking 2 whole eggs into a plate. Okay, in my egg ready cracked, I'll be adding my flavors in it and wicks, because they are all wet ingredients. You can decide not to do this. You can add it separately, no problem. So I'll be adding 1 teaspoon of milk flavor. I've added 1 teaspoon of liquid powder milk flavor to the egg, which I said you can decide not to and add it separately. And this time again, I'm adding liquid vanilla flavor. It's also optional. You can decide to just go with 1 flavor if you want. And next thing here, you whisk together. You whisk together, whisk very well using your balloon whisk. Okay, before I continue the mixing of this dough, the egg is already boiled very well. So I have to take it out of the hot water and put it in the cold water so that it will be easy for us to peel the shell. So we leave it here for a while we keep on working on this. I want to start by adding the egg mixture. Please try as much as possible not to overwork your dough so that to not make your dough to be too strong. Handle with care. So at this point, you have to add your water. Now, if you want to use liquid milk for your mixture, you don't have to add the powdered milk. Or you can as well make that powdered milk into liquid by adding water to it and then using it as your liquid. So you have to add your water little by little so that your dough will not come out over watery. You'll be able to monitor the mixing. At this point, you can use both hands to mix your dough. But try not to overwork it. Just try to gather the dough together. You don't have to start kneading it as if you're making donuts. No, this is a different mixture altogether. Alright, as I mix my dough, I like to test, because even while we are cooking our soup, we do sometimes test it. The reason why I test is to know if the sugar I've added is okay, the salt is okay, the flavor and everything, which I already know according to my measurement that is perfectly okay. But in case maybe you are someone who like lots of sugar, you can as well add little to it if you feel like. So, but it's always good to test your dough. So at this point, I have to cover this dough to rest so that it will be very, very easy for me to work with. So you have to cover your dough with either a clean towel, a plate cover, or something like this for like 10 to 15 minutes to allow the dough to rest so that it will be very easy for you to work with. While we wait for our dough to get ready, remember we have our egg already boiled and we have added it to the cold water, so it's time for us to remove the shell of the egg. Yes, our dough is very, very okay for proper work. This dough should be able to give us 10 to 12 or 13 egg roll. So you can share from now if you wish, or you just start portioning it in your hands. And after making this egg roll, if we still have some dough left, we just use it for buns, just like I said. Okay, the next thing I'll be doing is to light up my stove and add the vegetable oil for frying. In frying egg roll, you need to deep fry, because if you fry with a shallow frying, the egg roll will get burnt. But with this big oil, while you deep fry, the egg roll will be able to float, to rotate, to dance inside the oil, as well as giving it space and room to fry very, very well. So, and while you are deep frying, you don't need a high heat. You fry in a very low heat. If not, you end up having egg roll that is well done outside but not done inside. So we have to like fry for 10 to 12 minutes before it gets done properly. The dough in your palm, put in the egg and try to tight it very well. Try as much as possible to do this to help it hold. If you want to know if your oil is ready for you to fry the egg roll, you just take a little of the dough and drop inside the oil. If the dough gets brown immediately, you should know that the oil is too hot and it's not okay for your egg roll. But if it comes out gradually, then that is the right time for you to put in the egg roll. But for now, I think the oil is not hot enough. So I'll keep molding this while I wait for the oil to get ready. So I will be dropping this, so you don't have to allow it to done the way you fry your milky donut. No, you just have to keep frying, turning it bit by bit till it gets done. So you keep turning and turning until you get the desired brown you want, either golden brown or coffee brown or chocolate brown. This egg roll is ready now, and for you to know that it's ready, just remember I said it have to have this brownish color, be it golden brown, depending your choice, chocolate brown or coffee brown. So for me, I like this golden brown, and I want to remove it from the oil now. My esteemed and wonderful viewers, I want to believe that you love what you are seeing. On today's episode, I told you we are going to prepare Nigerian special egg roll. And this is what we have. Hope you like it. I'm urging you to try this at home and let me know how yours came out. With this, we are coming to the end of today's program. This is where we draw the curtain for today's episode. We want to say goodbye from Joan. Bye. See you next week.